It's right about time again to swerve again, confuse the general fans again. Add another swerve and then put it on a poll again. Put it on a poll again. Put it on the poll again. And our square to quad, it's gonna get emotional as I wait to overbook the damn cards. And my competence, VinceRusso's now president. Shoot or work or shoot. Let's put the title on a boot. The boot defends against a fruit. The fruit defends against my suit. And I square the quad. We're gonna get emotional as I wait to overbook the damn quad.
I wanna be the baddest man on the planet. The baddest man on the planet.
How about we put 7 men in a 4-man tag? Let's do the angle punks on crack. How about a title match? First to do 10 jumping jacks will then receive a title match.
Royal Rumble on a pole match.
We're on fire with God. We're from grab on swivel. And the way to overbook the damn quad. A great. Comment swap.
Hello, everybody. That was the great band, The Breakfast Club, who wrote that little ditty for yours truly. It is called The Baddest Man on the Planet. And the baddest man on the planet, that would be me, Vince Russo. How is everybody doing today? I am going live out right now on twitch.tv/Vince Russo Live. We are on the front page of Twitch, supposedly anyway. We will see. I am also streaming this live on YouTube. So as you would say, I am double dipping to get as many people as possible to watch this show. Welcome, everybody. I got a lot of the regulars are on here. And let me tell you a little bit about myself. If you're tuning into this channel for the first time and you don't know who I am, my name is Vince Russo, and I was the head writer of Raw during the Attitude Era from about March of 1977 till about September of 1999, when the Attitude Era was alive and kicking and wrestling was at an all-time high. I had the honor and the privilege of writing and producing and working with guys like, Austin and The Rock and Foley and Taker and DX and Kane, and we can go up and down, the Great China, the beautiful, lovely Sable. Could go on and on and on and on. I was lucky because for any wrestling fans out there listening to this show, that was a moment in time that will never, ever be repeated again. You had over 10 million people not only watching, but enjoying professional wrestling every Monday night. We will never see that again. That 10 million people is almost down to 1.5 million. Do the math, bro. I'm not Einstein, but somewhere along the way, we lost 8.5 million people, unless 8.5 million people every Monday nights are just watching the show on their phone. Maybe they're watching on their phone. Maybe they're watching on their iPad. Maybe they're watching on the World Wide Web. We don't know. Why don't we know? I'll tell you why we don't know. We don't know for one reason and one reason only, and here's why.
But this is all speculation. We don't know.
We don't know. It is speculation. But from the WWE and the Attitude Era, I then went to WCW. And from WCW, I spent a good 10 years at TNA. I decided to get out of mainstream wrestling around 2012. I am going on 9 freaking years that I have been out here on my own, still making a living in the professional wrestling business, but I'm doing it on my own. No rules, no regulations, no political bullshit, no having to watch what you say to who, no having to have radar because you know you are constantly being stabbed in the back by the politicians who run the professional wrestling business. No, I have been out here free as a bird for almost 9 years, and I've been podcasting for a living, and we have built a tremendous community of former wrestlers, current wrestlers, but most importantly, the fans, the supporters of the brand. We are family. Yes, like Willie Stargell in the 1979 Bucks. We are family. Guys, you can listen to us every single day on russosbrand.com, and you can also listen to us on patreon.com/Russo TWC. So that's a little bit about me. If you are joining us here for the first time on Twitch, I am on Twitch daily, guys. We do watch-alongs. We do a lot of things on Twitch. You can catch me on here every single day, twitch.tv/VinceRusso Live. That is where we are right now. So all of you coming in for the first time, welcome. We are going to have a lot of fun today because we're going to have some guests on the show. We're going to have some guests on the show that you are very, very familiar with on the brand. So we are going to have a good time. And I want you to be a big part of this show. I want you guys to chime in. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's happening. Guys, I brought up earlier in the show, we've gone from 10 million people on a Monday night. And that was a combination. The combination of WWE and WCW was well over 10 million people. Now we're down to 1.5 million. Bro, that's a fact. The numbers are there. Anybody can fact check. That's the fact. Monday nights, we're down to 8.5 million people. We had AEW start up a year ago. The first night, the first show, AEW drew about 1.4 million people. Now, to give them the benefit of the doubt, they average a year later about 800,000. So 600,000 people over the year were not drawn to AEW in order to stick around. Now, you got to understand, I'm giving you numbers. This is not opinion. There's no opinion in numbers and facts. There's only numbers. So, in other words, the only people who are still watching professional wrestling are the hardcore wrestling fans. That means that a lot of people like you and I, casual wrestling fans. What I mean by casual wrestling fans, bro, is we don't eat, sleep, and drink and shit and poop professional wrestling. We are not obsessed by professional wrestling. We do not believe that professional wrestling is real. We know that it's entertainment. We know that it's an escape. And at some point in time, we were entertained by the professional wrestling business. But over the last 20 years, something has happened. We are not as entertained as we used to be. So now I am going to ask you watching live on twitch.tv/VinceRusso Live, please chime in. If you are a casual viewer, if you were one of the 10 million who are now not watching, please chime in. Please let me know why you personally, and guess what, guys? If you are still watching wrestling, tell me why you're still watching. Tell me the draw. Tell me what is appealing to you. And you know what, bro? Maybe there is some good information we can get from this show, and maybe we can pass that information along. You know, who knows, bro? Maybe they'll listen. Big Josh TV 18 says no storylines, no excitement, no reason to be excited for wrestling. You know what, bro? There was recently a poll of those who stopped watching wrestling, and the majority of the people said exactly what Josh is saying. They said there's no storylines and there are no longer characters in the wrestling business to care about. Jester FSC2 says, I personally stopped because the storylines became over dramatic. I still watch wrestling, just not WWE anymore. Jester, I'm going to ask you, give me an example of over dramatic. I want to get a little bit more in depth. What do you mean about the storylines became over dramatic? Gregory Kramer said, I still do it. It took me a long time to get back into wrestling after the Benoit death. I stopped watching wrestling. Alicia is in the house saying, hello, Alicia, what is going on? Hey, Zeman. Hey, Zeman says, I stopped because it insults my intelligence. Too much doesn't make sense. I say this all the time. You know, I have a professional wrestler right now in the Twitch room. A good friend of mine, and I use that term friend loosely, a good friend of mine by the name of Matt Yaden. I refer to him as Matt Yodel. Matt Yaden has been a wrestler on the independent scene here in Colorado. He is with Rocky Mountain Pro. I will promote Rocky Mountain Pro. And as a professional wrestler, Mr. Yaden, I want to ask you, Matt, over the years, has your view of wrestling changed? You know, as a performer, you know, as somebody, Matt has been at it for a long time. Matt has had a great level of success. I will tell you, I worked with Matt, and he is excellent at what he does. I am a fan of Matt Yaden. So, Matt, if you don't mind, can you please tell me your thoughts coming from the other side, coming from somebody who has been in the ring and who has performed thousands and thousands of matches? I want to know. I want to know what you think. Troy, no. Troy, guys, I got to introduce you to Troy if you're watching this for the first time. Troy is the man when it comes to Russo's brand. He is the most loyal member of Russo's brand. Troy says, I stopped because it sucks and Vince is not writing anymore. Now it's a waste of brain cells. Okay. Stay classy. I stopped watching completely because of predictable storylines that watching wrestling in general on 2012 and beyond gets dumber. Again, we're getting back now to the insulting of the intelligence. Boris said the hot girls left. How about that? Matt Yaden, I believe it's matured over the years. Perspective evolved over time with taking what's worked so well in the past with updated athleticism. Okay, I got a sound effect for you, Matt. Now, you see, that's where me and Matt are friends, because that's where me and Matt, and I respect Matt's opinion, but that's where we can agree to disagree, because I don't believe it's matured. I believe it's immatured. I believe it's been dumbed down. I believe there is no longer psychology or a lack thereof psychology. I believe that it is not giving the viewer anything to think about. So that's, to me, Matt, with all due respect, I know I asked about your view and I laughed at it. No, but Matt, with all due respect, hey, listen, guys, I say this all the time. I would never, ever, ever in a million years tell you to stop watching professional wrestling. Guys, if you enjoy doing anything, do it. Do it. Seriously, bro. If you have a hobby, if you've got some kind of an escape, if there's something you like watching, if there's something you like going to, I would never tell you to stop. Different strokes for different folks. So I would never tell you to stop wrestling if you enjoy it. I'm just saying, for me, I don't think it's matured. I think it's immatured. I think there's lack of storylines. I think there's lack of characters. I think there's lack of ring psychology. And these were all the reasons why I got into wrestling in the first place. I used to hang my hat on all the time. Matt is saying, my perspective has matured. I wasn't giving commentary on current wrestling. I understand that, Matt. I understand that. But guys, I used to hang my hat on, along with my partner, Ed Ferrara. We used to hang our hat on. We called the Attitude Era a thinking man's Raw. We tried to write something you would have to think about, something you would have to figure out. Bro, when I'm watching a TV show and it insults my intelligence, I turn that TV show off. So you got to understand, as a television writer, the last thing I want to do is insult your intelligence. Now, bro, you got to understand. Yeah, bro, you can write comedy in the show. You can write some silly things into the show. There's a time and a place for that. But I never wanted to insult the intelligence of the audience. I never wanted anybody to say, this is stupid. This is unbelievable. This would never happen. So that was our approach. I don't think that approach exists today, because I think there are a lot of things happening that are unbelievable and would never, ever happen. Ocho says, seems like unless you're an insider, lots of today's product doesn't make much sense. That especially goes, Ocho, with AEW. Everything with AEW is an inside joke. Everything with AEW is to pop the boys. They have independent wrestlers on that show. They don't even introduce to us. We are just supposed to know who they are. And a lot of people don't. I don't. I watch AEW every single week, and sometimes they bring people on the show, and I have no idea who they are because they didn't tell me who they are. Jeffrey Tyler is writing in from the Dominican Republic. He says, please let the WCW come back. All right, guys. I'm going to take a little bit of a second here. Guys, I am known for my music parodies. I love music. I'm a big album collector. And I write music. I write parodies. I'm going to take a little breather here. I'm going to let you enjoy perhaps my most popular song parody. It's a little ditty by the name of Margaritaville. Listen up, listen close. I hope you enjoy.
Nibbling on fast food, acting like a damn fool. All of these wrestlers are covered in oil. I'm strumming my Johnson. I don't care if it's a sin. That KO's BO's really starting to boil.
Not auto-tuned.
Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for all fake wrestling news. Some people say that it's my parents to blame, but I don't. It's my own damn fault. Marking for Finney. Yeah, I'm dreaming he's with me. Here they go, Sammy, and he's driving a cab. Maurice can't wrestle. Huge boobs, but can't wrestle. And if you roam it, it's so bad.
Yeah! We're wasted away again in Margaritaville. We're longing for our fake wrestling news.
Don't believe anything that you read on the internet.
Some people say that it's not all so limbo, and we're simply awesome.
The best in-ring wrestler of all time, it has to be Okada. Who's better? Nobody. Tanahashi, that's right.
Oh, Johnny Gargano is such a fantastic wrestler. Johnny Gargano's got great abs 365 days a year. He does. These guys are just so technically strong. And, I mean, it's...
I'll be honest, I could watch Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn fight forever. Brilliant.
I don't know the reason.
I stayed here all season.
Nothing to show but
That my balls are blue.
Nakamura's a beauty, a Japanese cutie. Outside his entrance, I haven't a clue.
Come on, everybody, sing along at home. Let's go. Matt Yaden, come on. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my fake wrestling news. Some people say that it's my parents to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault.
Did you have sex last night?
For sure. I was watching New Japan.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, this was about a 2.
What?
Maybe even a 1.
What?
It was 2.
It was a 10. Dopey. Hold on. I'll tell you exactly what it was. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That is the hit single, Margaritaville, that I wrote, I produced. I played all the instruments on that song myself. I think I ran Matt Yaden off. Matt, did I run you off, Matt? Matt, are you still in the house? Matt, I'm sorry. I put you over like $1 million, bro. Okay, thank God. Over the channel today, we watched the beginning of the Quarry era and national TV. That was great time. Yes, guys, I used to write, produce for Rocky Mountain Pro. You can find them on Twitch. Rocky Mountain Pro is on Twitch. Matt, throw up that address. I work with some great people at Rocky Mountain Pro here locally. I had a great time. I moved on, though, bro, to the great city of Salt Lake City in Utah. I do a little writing for them now, a little group by the name of DCW, Devotion Championship Wrestling, and they just got on the Fight Network. So if you are longing, Matt says he can't share links. Yeah, I'm going to shout it out. Rocky Mountain Pro is here on Twitch, guys. Check them out. If you are longing for Vince Russo writing, you can see it. I still work. I still dabble with my friend Manny Lemons over in DCW in Salt Lake City, Utah, bro. I still call him Matt Yodel, but if people are tuning in for the first time, I want them to know him as Matt Yaden. So, guys, also, I want to remind you, if you are not familiar with the brand, check it out, bro. We do podcasts every day, numerous podcasts every day, different podcasts every day. Go to russosbrand.com, bro. We do a little show called Castrating the Marks, where we put these dirt sheet writers and the marks in their place by embarrassing them by their own words, bro. We play clips from their show and we yak it up. We have a blast and we do it all in good fun. We are not cruel. We do not hate anybody. Except I do hate my co-host. His name is Larry Lane. I carry him on my back like Quasimodo. I don't know why I keep him hanging around. All the guy does is play video games for hours on end. He's got a Twitch channel too. His name is Jeff Lane. I carry him. My back is killing me, bro. He's really the only one I don't like. Everybody else I like. Let me tell you some of the people that are on the brand. We've got the great Stevie Ray from Harlem Heat. We got the great Stevie Richards from WWE, ECW, WCW, TNA. We got the great Ben Hameen. We've got PJ Polanco, just incredible, from ECW. We got Big Vito LaGrasso and his lovely wife, Noelle. She's part of the brand. We've got Goldilocks, who was the first interviewer in the history of TNA. She's part of the brand. We've got Shane Douglas, for crying out loud. He's part of the brand. We do reviews of all the shows. We do Chicken Necks, where I rant and rave about everything going on. You can check out all those shows on russosbrand.com. And how can I forget? Maybe I forget because I want to forget. We got this imbecile on a couple of shows. Yes. We have Disco Inferno, who does a couple of shows on the brand as well. We also have a Patreon channel, bro. We got different boats on both channels. Patreon.com/Russo TWC. So we have two platforms, bro, where we do shows daily, numerous shows. Boris Kaiser is a friend of mine from Germany, and Boris has a comment here I want to read and comment on. One of the best examples for your smart and realistic writing, in my opinion, is when you made Stone Cold help Stephanie McMahon just because it was the right thing to do, and Austin did a great job. When he acted like he can't deal with Stephanie's hugging, that's how you keep it real, real to character, great stuff. Boris, I am so happy that you brought up that, because I thought that was a great moment during the Attitude Era. And bro, I will tell you, Boris, that took some convincing. As the head writer, I had to convince, to some level, Steve Austin why it was the right thing to do, because Steve kept asking me, Boris, over and over again, why would I do that? Why would my character do that? Why would I do that? And I turned to Steve and I said, because Steve, you are a human being. And because Steve, this poor child, is about to be, what's the word I'm looking for? It is about to be in some type of a ceremonial, God knows what, to the hands of the evil Undertaker. Now, you got to understand, bro, this is when we were talking about an innocent Stephanie McMahon, an innocent Stephanie McMahon, not today's Stephanie McMahon. And I explained to Steve, bro, you hate Mr. McMahon. You can't stand Mr. McMahon. But this is his innocent daughter in the wrong place at the wrong time, Steve. This is going to show a glimpse into the human side of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's why it was Stone Cold Austin, the brilliant Austin, that when Stephanie gave him the big hug after he saved the day, and he kept his hands on his side and did not reciprocate the hug, which was absolutely brilliant. And that is exactly what Boris is talking about. It's all about staying true to the character. It's all about putting yourself in the shoes of the character. I want to thank Troy for 100 bits. If you guys want to cheer bits, if you guys want to sub, if you guys want to resub, please feel free to. You guys can use Twitch Prime if you want to join this channel. What that is if you have Amazon Prime, that means you have access to a free Twitch channel. Every month, you don't have to pay. You got to renew every month, but you don't have to pay it every month. So, guys, if you have Amazon Prime, take advantage of Twitch Prime. Okay, I got a very special guest. I'm going to pull him up right now. Ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs, boys and girls. You going to put the headsets on? Yeah, bro, you're going to put the headsets on today or 15 minutes into the show? You're going to put the headsets on. And you're late again. You're late again. Bro, I know what you're doing when you come in late. You purposely come in late because you got to make the statement, I am the great Stevie Ray.
Hey, look, I lost track of time. I had a very important phone.
No.
I had a very, very important phone call that was going over. What? Had to do with some money. So, I had to take that, and I just got off the phone, and I'm here as soon as I could possibly be.
Does the cat owe you money again? Ernest Miller still owes you money.
No, he doesn't owe me money anymore.
Sleepy?
Nobody. No. Somebody else. Somebody you don't know.
All right.
We're working a deal. We're working a deal, and I'm trying to get as much money as I possibly can. So that's what it was.
Guys, this is the great Stevie Ray of Harlem Heat, WWE Hall of Famer, one of my favorite people in all of professional wrestling, even though I got to get this out, bro, because here's one thing you're going to learn about the brand. We don't keep anything a secret.
Oh, we don't?
No. Every Thursday, I record a show with Stevie Ray on the brand called Black and White. And if you tune into that show, which is a very, very important show, you got a black man, which would be Stevie Ray.
You calling me black?
And a white man, which would be me.
You calling me black?
And we talk about black and white issues as a black man and a white man that I've never heard two people discuss. However, during the course of every show, I wind up getting yelled at. You see, I take the high road.
Don't lie.
Every Wednesday, bro, you want to get that?
Yeah, let's get this.
Go ahead, get it. Who is it? Go ahead, get it. Who is that?
I don't know. Hello? Hello? That's who it was.
But I want to say every Wednesday, Stevie winds up yelling at me.
Don't lie.
And I've accepted that.
No, I'm not yelling at you.
But
now, sometimes I tend to get passionate about certain subjects that we talk about, but it's not that it's any ill will toward you. It might just be ill will toward the subject of which we're talking about. Now, that does not make it. Don't try to paint the picture like I just come out and start yelling at you for no reason whatsoever. I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling, period. You just happen to be the one talking to me.
But you know what? I've learned to accept it because I mean that's how I am.
Okay.
But now you calling me on a Tuesday and yelling at me now? Once a week, okay. Today you're calling me on the phone yelling at me?
That's a Wednesday.
Today's Tuesday, bro. No, today is Wednesday. Our show's on Thursday, bro.
Yeah,
now 2 days out of the week, you're going to yell at me, bro.
I didn't yell at you. I was just trying to. What did I yell at you about?
You yelled at me about the Stern Show.
Telling me
I'm being worked like some kind of a mark.
Look, I'm not calling you a mark. I'm calling you an emotional person. And when people tend to get outside of their emotions, they don't think straight. And I'm just trying to save you from that. That's all. Friend to friend, black man to white man. You should be a little bit more acceptive of that, man. I don't understand why you're not.
All right, Stevie, listen to me. Before we get into this, I want to let everybody know Stevie has a show, an awesome show, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right here on Twitch. Stevie, twitch.tv/Stevie Ray Live. Stevie, I want you to tell everybody about the show because you do different shows, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But however, don't put over Sonny Ono as a host because I don't want to put Sonny Ono over on these shows. So put over all the shows with the exception of that louse in-grade Sonny Ono. Go ahead, Stevie. Put over your Twitch channel.
I'm not, you know what? We got to back up. I'm not going to let you come on these live airways and just demagogue. Okay. I can't let you do that, man. Of all the things that we've talked about and all the things that, we've approached that most people are afraid to approach, I can't let you go there, man. That's kind of disrespectful, Vince. Wouldn't you think so?
All right, you could put Sonny over. Go ahead, bro.
I ain't talking about putting him over, but
you could put him over.
The ingrate. I mean, describing him, man. I mean,
bro. Speaking of ingrate, I don't know if you follow Booker as much as I do because you and I have a history. Booker has publicly said I was the brother he never had, so there's always been jealousy. But bro, I'm reading again today.
I know what you. Why? Okay, wait a minute. You got to stop right there. My brother is his own man.
Right.
He has his own outlook on different things.
Right. Because I'm asking your opinion on it. I don't like these young guys taking shots at the great Booker T. So I'm asking you your opinion on that. I don't like that, bro.
But my brother puts himself in a position for the young guys to come at him like that.
You don't think, let's use you as an example. Let's use you, the great Stevie, and I mean great, bro. I worked with Stevie, and bro, a lot of people don't know Stevie was a great ballroom dancer in the day. A lot of people don't know that. So it goes beyond wrestling. Am I right or wrong, Stevie?
No, I'm just saying, I don't know what that's got to do with what we're talking about right now, but
I'm going to use you as an example.
Okay.
Stevie Ray, bro, legendary freaking tag team. Bro, arguably, without a shadow of a doubt, in the top 3 of all time. Arguably. Years and years of knowledge and wisdom. Now, Stevie, you mean to tell me if you are talking about a young wrestler from today's genre, today's time,
right,
and you're not being disrespectful, you're not calling them names, you're giving them constructive criticism, because let's face it, bro, you know how to make money. Booker knows how to make money. You guys made money. So when you're passing along your wisdom, I would think that one would want to listen to that wisdom, because I would think, well, shit, man, if I could make the money Booker, Stevie made during their career, I would be okay. Mm-hmm. That's what I would think. But it seems like the majority, and bro, this goes beyond wrestling.
Okay.
The majority of today's youth, rather than take criticism as being constructive, bro, right away it's an insult and they're firing back. To me, that's disappointing. If it were my own kids, I would say, what are you doing, man? This dude's trying to help you.
Well, a lot of these young guys today, because I've gone through that with a couple of people on social media myself. I remember someone posted a video of a guy in a, the trivial outlaw show. That's what we called them back in the day. Climbing up to the top of the ceiling to jump off, I don't know, to get a cheap pop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're probably working for $10 a night. The guy, I can't remember, the guy jumps off and almost kills himself or whatever. And I made a post, somebody said, and I made a comment actually that this is what happens when you are trying to get noticed for acrobatics and not get noticed for work in the ring. Because at the end of the day, what big organization will look at you and go, wow, that's really the guy that I want on my roster. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I was putting it out there in that context, and some indie worker fired back and say, oh, people are trying to do signature matches now. What do you know? What's your signature match? And blah, blah, blah. And like I went back and I told him, brother, this ain't about signature match. It's about common sense and respect for the business. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because those people in the audience don't want to see somebody go somewhere on a gurney and an ambulance. They came there to be entertained. But if that's what you think, that goes what you're asking me right now surmises exactly what I'm talking about. And you're too ignorant to know it. So me and this guy got into it, so many other people chimed in and this, that, and the other. So, brother, you don't want to get on my bad side and try to go tit for tat with me. I'm not the one. So then I really embarrassed him. And then 50,000 other people jumped into the conversation and started talking down to him too, because they knew exactly what I was talking about. But the thing is, don't make it. Then he wanted to make it personal. Then I went there. I said, I'm looking at your page. I just looked at your girlfriend. I will be ashamed to take a ugly bitch like that out in public. If I had to wake up to a bitch that looked like that, I would get a 357 and blow my motherfucking head off. I think you should be ashamed of yourself and didn't want to Trump. So now he's really embarrassed, this, that, and the other. But I go there because, hey, I ain't got nothing to lose. I don't work for WWE, so somebody can't take something I said and repost it and makes the brand of WWE look bad, unlike my brother, if you see what I'm saying. But I understand exactly what you're saying, but you still got to realize something, Vince. These guys didn't come up in the trenches the way we did. And that wisdom wasn't given back. You got the blind leading the blind today.
But Stevie, hold on.
No, I'm not making excuses for him.
But you know what? Yeah. Here's the thing. It's still a business.
Right.
So I'm sure, Stevie, I'm sure here's what your mentality was. I'm sure. This is a business.
Right.
I know this business doesn't have a long shelf life.
Right.
My goal is to make as much money in this business as I possibly can. Bro, that's business. I don't care what era it is.
I understand. I agree. I agree with everything you're saying, but what I'm saying is the way people look at, the way a lot of these young guys look at professional wrestling now, that equation that you are spewing right now does not come up. It's not about business to them. It's about being seen. Other than that, why would someone come back and give me a comment like everything is about a signature match now? Yeah, for money, if you're getting paid for it. Why would you jump off the roof for nothing? You'll never make it to the big time to jump off of anything. So in essence, you're just doing the backyard wrestling mentality that I had to go on the Ricky Lake show and talk to some kids about. I don't know if you remember that episode that got ratings through the woo-ha. You know, when I came on this show to try to get these kids and their parents straight, you know what I'm saying? It was just like when Maury Povich brings out the guy, you know, with the bad little girls that should have been me, but these were bad little boys. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't nothing. Wait till you get on Dancing with the Stars, bro. That ain't no Ricky Lake was nothing. Wait until that. But go ahead with the stories.
I'm just saying. It's a mentality out there, brother, of young people starting wrestling schools. Dog, I'm dealing with something similar to that several times right in this area. Guys that haven't done nothing and trying to pass nothing down to nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
If that makes sense.
And people are getting hurt. More people are getting hurt than ever before, bro.
So what you're talking about and what my brother talked about, they don't have the mental capacity to even think on that level, because professional wrestling, when I was coming up, was about, man, it'd be nice. Well, I just wanted to wrestle. I just wanted to learn how to wrestle. Me and my brother, we never really thought about doing something crazy. You try, because of the guys that were passing their wisdom down to you, you're trying to please them and make them proud of you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You talk about Manny Fernandez a lot. So somebody like that, right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because these guys took the time to try to show you. And when you get in that ring and do something good and they come to you and say, you can go somewhere with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to emulate what I'm seeing on television. I'm trying to take what these guys giving me and take it in the ring and do it like a teacher teaching a student in the classroom. I showed you these equations when it comes to these mathematical problems. Then you get up there and do it. You know what I'm saying? Wow, make my teacher proud. You know what I'm saying? I did something, brother, and I learned something at the same time. So all the roundabout hoopla outside the edges and all that stuff, it wasn't even in our heads. So all the outside glitter that you see right now on social media, come on, brother. Anybody can do professional wrestling now. Anybody. But only that select few is going to have the mentality. Come on, man. We see it in big time wrestling now where guys have been cut because there might be smart guys, but they're not mature enough for this business. And you just seen them get alienated from dressing rooms, and you just seen them get cut, and nobody wants to mess with them no more. And they got all the talent in the world. Why is that? How many times have we seen that? Name guys. So imagine the guys that's in the little circuits now. So they just don't know, Vince. They just don't know.
You know what I'll never forget, bro, and you were there. I'll never forget, bro. This is 20 years ago now. This is going back to 1999. I remember Paul Orndorff wanted me to go to the power plant.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we're talking about guys the size of Jindrak,
Right,
O'Hare, Chuck Palumbo, that Reno dude. We're talking about big men.
mm-hmm.
Bro, they were scared to death of Orndorff.
Oh yeah,
Bro, I was watching how that guy demanded and got the respect that from guys that could kill him.
right.
That's what doesn't exist today,
That's
bro.
exactly what I'm talking about. You hit it right on the head. You hit it right on the head. Instead of listening to wisdom, there is no wisdom to give anymore. That's in anything, Vince. Your father passed wisdom down to you to get you ready for life.
Right, right.
You're doing the same thing to get your kids ready for life.
Let's segue out of this to on the same subject. This is something that, you know, Stevie and I would talk about on Black and White, and then we're going to talk about Stevie's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Stevie Ray TV, and all his great shows. Stevie, this I can't take anymore.
Can't take it.
I can't take this anymore.
What is it you can't take, man? Because you have a low threshold for taking things, man.
I can't take this anymore, Stevie. Okay. We think there has been an illegal, a legal injustice. We feel either a white man or a black man or a Indian man or a Japanese man or a Chinese man or a Jewish man has been treated unfairly by the police.
We do.
Okay. How does that equate to, okay, let's clean out all the sneakers out of the Foot Locker?
You're talking about the situation.
I don't understand.
You're talking about the situation. Was that Philadelphia?
Oh my, yes, okay. Bro. What,
brother? You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Every person that you've seen in any of those videos being interviewed, pretty much didn't endorse any of that. And once I heard I didn't hear about it until a couple of days later because I've been out of the loop. And so my buddy called me about it, so I looked it up on YouTube. I feel the same way. I mean, the looting and stuff like that are just people taking advantage of the situation. Protest is legal. Looting and rioting is not legal. And anybody that's doing that should be in jail. Now, that situation where the young man was, matter of fact, me and a buddy of mine after the show last night, he was asking me about it. We was talking on the phone, and we pulled it up, and we always look at other different situations when it comes to the police also. But we pulled that one up and looked at it. You know, both of us was looking at it. He was at his house, I'm at my house, and we started giving comments about certain things that the news was saying that we didn't know if this been said and that's been said. You saw the video of the guy, you know, with the knife. You saw his mother trying to stop him, and you seen the cops telling him to put the knife down, whatever the situation may be, and then they shot him. You know, they never showed them shot him, but they get to that point where you hear the bullets, but you know what happened after that. Then they showed him, you know, laying in the street. Now, I do know that the mother, this is what they said, and I'm just chronicling this before we get into the real logistics of it, that he was mentally disturbed. Now, I don't know if the police knew that he was mentally disturbed. I don't know, because there have been situations like Tamir Rice, where the guy that called the police about Tamir Rice, he told them it's a kid and I think it's a toy gun, but he could scare some people. Mm-hmm. But did the dispatch tell the police officers that? We don't know, or do we?
Mm-hmm.
The police pulled up, didn't ask a question, 12-year-old kid blew his brains out. Now, in a situation like this guy's got mental problems, but were the dispatch told to the police this guy has mental problems? Or in a situation like that, I'm not talking, I'll get to the writing and all that in a second, or does the dispatcher tell the police that this guy has a mental problem, but a police is not trained to deal with a person with mental problems?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see like on television's special victims unit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But is no special victim units for a mental person, or is there? A regular street cop. How many of them trained to deal with mental person?
Yeah.
Okay, people ask, why didn't they tase him? Well, the chief of police said they didn't have tasers on them. Well, okay, maybe they can't afford them. I don't know. But be it as it may, whenever someone has a weapon and you get killed, I don't care what police department it is, they're going to say it's a justified kill. They're going to say that. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses on one side or the other because I still don't know everything. But I know they said the mother called because the kid had mental problems. Now, why people are rioting, I don't know. But I'm like, if they're protesting, you got a right to protest, whether it's right or wrong. You have a right to protest. So I don't agree with all the other stuff. I don't. And I don't even know if all the people even know or care. If that makes sense. They might not even know. Hell, I've been studying the thing all, for a couple of hours last night. Now I still don't know everything. So I don't know. It's a monkey see, monkey do type of world that we live in right now, man. And if I can get away, we got people in the inner city, if they can get away with fucking sneakers, they're going to fucking go get them. It is what it is.
Bro,
I'm not condoning it 1 second, though.
Bro, one guy went home, got a dolly, and there was footage of him wheeling a washing machine through the freaking parking lot.
Bro, I mean, it's not surprising. It's not surprising. It really isn't, especially in Philadelphia. Yeah. You got to realize what we're talking about now. You got to realize what we're talking about. But nobody's condoning that. But what I'm trying to figure out is, hey, this is the age of outrage, whether it's right or not. We in that age now, whereas, things have been pushed over the edge now. Now people they're going to get a chance to take advantage of it. And those people don't stand for justice. And all the people in the area that they was interviewing was like, we don't know. We don't stand for this. We don't understand this. And it's a different world out there right now, bro. Just a different world.
Hey, Stevie, I got because they were on the next time slot. I got the great Ben Hameen.
Well, with all due respect, bro, I'm on the show right now, and I'm talking, and I'm giving my diatribes as to what's going on in this world. And Ben Hameen can wait the next 30 minutes. I don't need him on the show right now.
Well, Stevie, your 30 minutes is up. It's their 30 minutes.
Well, I don't appreciate you bringing me on for 30 minutes then. I don't appreciate that.
You ate away your first 5 minutes because you were late, bro. Okay?
Why didn't you put
it's 2 minutes early, bro.
Well, Ben Hameen shouldn't be 2 minutes early. Out of the goodness of his heart, he should just give me that 8 minutes. That's what he should do.
There he is, right there, the great Ben Hameen.
I asked you not to bring him on right now.
2 minutes early, so you were 6 minutes late. So 8 minutes you lost.
You didn't give me
this, bro.
You didn't give me a specific time. You said around.
I believe there was an email with a specific time. Ben, am I correct? Ben was on the same email.
Well, I wasn't on no email with no Ben. You sent me a text message and said around 1:30 or 2 o'clock. That's what you said.
Bro, you see what's happening with your boy Hunter and the emails? You want me to go public with the email? You're going to make me do that, bro.
I didn't read no email. I was on the phone talking to you.
Yeah, shaking somebody down for money, which we already established.
No, that ain't what I'm talking about. When I called you earlier, I said, give me the 411 on what we're doing. You remember that?
When you barely because you were yelling at me.
Okay, man. Whatever. Okay, I'm here.
Let's talk about
Ben Hameen is here now.
And Ben Hameen can really promote this. He is the greatest marketer that I know. Uh-oh, we got another one. We got old Blue Eyes is coming in now. Stevie. Look, Stevie Richards, old Blue Eyes is in the house, bro.
Carlton Tucker here on the scene, front page, giving you the report.
Stevie.
Yes.
Ben, let's help
the man stole my name. The man stole my name. The man hijacked my name. He answers for me now.
This guy stole my overpriced WCW contract that I always wanted.
And also, bro, I might want to add, Stevie Ray. He also stole your blue eyes. Stevie is one of the few black men with blue eyes. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, I traced my ancestry.
Were they Italian?
Close.
Yeah. All right, Stevie. Twitch.tv/Stevie Ray TV. You do a show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Tell everybody about these shows, bro.
And tonight, big guest. Monday night, the great Jimmy Tibbs, comedian extraordinaire, had a great show with him and Chris Dillsworth this past week. Man, we laid it down. Last night, the great Sonny Ono, which you don't like to portray him as
great. Using the term loosely great. Yeah, let's say using the term a little loosely great.
But you can be great in more than one thing, though. You see, that's the thing. That's the thing, people. That's the argument that I even had with you about LeBron James and Michael Jordan. It's more than one way to be great. You just can't be great in one era, do you? And then you can't be great in another era. And then I have to match your era to make my greatness greater. Don't work like that. That's what the difference. That's the difference right there that I see between people and eras. Sonny Ono can be great at talking on a podcast, but he might not be great as how someone is writing for him as he comes out and manages someone on a professional wrestling show.
I go on with the shows. And do you, by the way, now I'm looking at this picture over here, which, of course, we got to put this picture out. Now, do you use Stevie Richards Fitness to look like that, bro?
Yes, I do. I follow the Stevie Ray Fitness, and me and my daughter was just in the gym the other day going through some of the calisthenics of what this man does.
I said Stevie Richards Fitness. Stevie Rich, not Stevie Ray, Stevie Richards Fitness. Yeah. That's what he does for a living.
It's the same guy.
Oh. It is the least offensive man.
Same guy.
All right. So we got Sonny Ono
tonight.
Go ahead.
Tonight, Sonny, I'm gonna tell you something. You would have been proud of Sonny last night.
Yeah.
VinceRusso, I'm talking to you. You would have been proud of Sonny Ono last night. You know what we chronicled? We chronicled some of the same things that you and I chronicled. And Sonny was very open about it.
Well, maybe there's
even though he calls me, he says, this is his very words, and I shouldn't be telling you this, but he said, but I'm going to tell you because, we're cool. He said, Stevie, you've been hanging around VinceRusso too much.
Is that good or bad?
Because he calls me, because I bring up things. Last week, Sonny Ono said I would give you 12% of a venture that we was talking about. And I'm like, 12%, man, really? And then you know what he tells me? He said, look, man, I didn't think that would be offensive to you because, at one time your people worked in this country for free.
No way. No, he did not.
That's what he said. That's what he said. Okay.
Oh,
so this week we were talking about different things as it pertains to culture, and I brought up why do Japanese people, why are they so angry and want to take everything that everybody has in the Orient? And he was like, well, he broke it down to me because of the emperor was a descendant of God and this, that, and the other. So I made the assumption from my upbringing in the 70s, the word Jap slap. you know, that was the word everybody used. So he said, well, man, that's kind of racist, you know. So I gave him where it came from, you know what I'm saying? So we had that in-depth conversation last night as it pertains to, you know, culture and race. And that's the same thing we do. Wouldn't you be proud of him for that?
I'm very proud, bro, as Sonny Ono.
But he ends everything with saying, you've been hanging around Vince Russo too much.
Well, that's an honor. That's an honor and a privilege, bro. I want to know, who's the big guest tonight now? You got me at the edge of my seat. Who's the big guest?
Hacksaw Butch Reed is the guest tonight.
Really? That's a get, bro. I've not heard from him in a while, bro.
Well, you know, us brothers, you know what I'm saying? You know how they go, right? Us brothers, we stick together, man.
Wow,
you know, in the wrestling business.
He was the real deal, Butch Reed, bro. Doom, bro. Doom.
Yeah. Yeah, Butch is a good guy, man. He's kind of touchy, you know, you can get on his bad side. Now I'm quite sure Stevie can attest to this. You can get on his bad side real easy. He's one of those kind of guys, you know what I'm saying? And I think tonight he wants to talk about a lot of things as it pertains to a lot of things that went on in his career that he's never talked about before. And he's going to do it on the show, man. So I'm looking forward to it, bro. I really am. So,
bro, you've still kept in touch with him after all these years, huh, bro?
Yeah.
So, bro, what time is that tonight? Twitch.tv/Stevie Ray TV. What time tonight, bro?
7 p.m. The interview starts he's coming on early. I'm trying to get him on early. And I'm going to tell you something, man. I am so anxious to hear what he has to say because apparently it's something, he gave me a little taste of it. Apparently something going on with New York right now in him. So he's going to open up about that.
Oh, interesting. Okay, bro. Well, yeah. Steve, you say 7 o'clock. What time zone is that? I want to make sure.
Central time zone, 7 p.m. Central, Stevie Ray TV, Twitch. You know, download the Twitch app, and hey, man, it's going to be on like a steaming pot of neck bones tonight when Butch Reed and Stevie Ray get together. And we're going to lay it down, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to lay it down because I'm bringing you up.
What do you mean you're bringing me up?
I'm going to bring him up. I want to know what he has to say about people like yourself.
Bro, I never work with him. You know that?
That don't make no difference.
Oh, jeez. All right, everybody, listen. You can listen to the outspoken Stevie Ray on his own channel, twitch.tv/Stevie Ray TV and Black and White, bro, every single week, every Thursday on russosbrand.com. Stevie, thanks for stopping in, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, take care, man. The great Stevie Ray, everybody. All right, guys. Guys, I don't want to bury Stevie Ray because he's no longer here, but he was 8 minutes late, and he kind of cut into your time. He's always late like that, bro. I don't want to say anything about him. Thank God he's not here.
For the 2 decades of heat that we have, because Vince McMahon called me Stevie Ray on Monday Night Raw, going 8 minutes over on the front page of Twitch, we're all even Stevie Ray.
Bro, he's still hanging around, listening to everything we say, even though
he's waiting because I ain't saying nothing. You were trying to set me up. I ain't taking no Harlem hangover, man.
Right back.
I excuse you. What are you hanging around for? There's nothing here for you. Nothing. Stevie, there's nothing here for you. I excuse you.
Hey, brother, I was just taking myself off, but you brought me back on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm hard to get rid of, bro.
Say goodbye, Stevie. All right. Thank God he's out of here. All right, gentlemen, the great Bin Hameen Media Group and Carlton Tucker in the house. Guys, did you see bro, Bubalinsky? Did I say the name right, Bubalinsky?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was some interview last night. Did you see it?
With Carlton Tucker, right?
With Carlton Tucker. Did you see it? You didn't? Yes, you did, Ben.
Dude, I've been nonstop on the air and producing content.
Oh my God, Stevie, did you see it?
I did watch it. It was, you know what? If it's a work, it's a hell of a work, and it's a lot of stuff that I guess they're holding on to. I don't know how much longer you can hold on to more information about Hunter Biden or the relationship or Joe Biden being the big guy, all these different things that can be proven, just like this long game that we talk about on the Horseman and we talk about on Patreon all the time. When are you going to deliver? If it is this corruption and if it is this worldwide cartel, what are you waiting for? We're 7 days out right now. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, why not go full arrest at this point if you got the evidence or indictments, actually? You know what I mean? To throw it down. It's just, and maybe that's happening as we speak. Who knows? By the time we go live at twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. So you can watch our show. And as soon as we're done, you hop over to Stevie Ray TV and you can check out the Butch Reed interview as well. So
oh, that's a great lineup, bro. The Conspiracy Horseman and then Stevie. That's freaking awesome entertainment right there, bro.
yeah, you're set from 7 p.m. to 11 tonight. You don't need to tune into the mindless program and get some truth. We're going to be talking all the Hunter Biden stuff as it keeps leaking out. Just more and more keeps coming into our Horseman chat from all of our researchers.
Now, guys, I know, listen, I know I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, Carlton Tucker and all that stuff. But here's what I got to assume.
You're better than a knife, bro. You're like a knife with a fork sticking out of the side.
You guys know I always go back to common sense and logic, right? Stevie, you guys are like at that level, and I'm like, I'm the common man logic. Bro, if I'm Joe Biden and I truly, absolutely, positively am innocent of all this stuff that Bobulinski is bringing up, why aren't I just calling a press conference and addressing everything and ending it? If I've got nothing to hide, I've done nothing, I'm innocent, I'm going to bury this guy. What would be the one reason, Stevie, to not, bro, I know when people spread bullshit about me, I am all over it. You're full of shit. Come on the show, say it to my face. Let's have it out. I don't freaking ignore it. So somebody needs to make sense out of that to me.
Have you ever seen a Joe Biden press conference?
Is it like Vince?
He and Trump
press conference.
He and Trump. There's a dangerous proposition putting them in front of a live mic for very different reasons, but maybe the same result. It is not a pretty picture, especially with any kind of off the cuff, live, unscripted questions. We've watched this already, and this isn't anything that's new to politics. That's why they have two teleprompters and they're trained to look left, middle, right, right, middle, left to make it look like they're addressing everybody in the room, but they're not looking at anything but those two screens. I don't know. We were in a state now of double think, double speak. Bim will explain what that is. The Twitter CEO is obviously not answering any questions from Senate or any kind of hearing that they're having with that. They're just what we say in football. They're just running the clock out. They're running the ball and they're trying to run the clock out. And they could be not Democrats, not liberals, but whoever is above them is what we talk about on the Horseman and what we talk about with you, Vince. This needs a common sense approach. This needs people like you to basically say, okay, I get it. I know what it is, and relaying it to the Nancy Browns of the world.
Yeah. Ben, what's what Stevie said, the double C, the double, what is that now?
Double speak and double think.
Yeah.
That's the foundation in George Orwell's 1984, which is the dystopian future that we're now living in, the book that was written in 1946. I believe 46, right around then. But double think is to be able to do mind control by having someone hold two diametrically opposing ideas in their mind at the same time as their truth. And it splits, you can push them each way, you know what I mean, on something. So, and then double speak, it can be any of these terms that we come up with, like fake news, or, because we expect the news to be real, but now it's fake. So everything is fake in the news with that, or getting rid of words from the lexicon as we ban more and more words, very Nazi propagandist and what we're triggered by, how we need to say things and add pronouns so other people don't. And now we're changing the way people talk. The whole entire way we communicate is to break down communication by adding more in strange ways and make them of words that are effronteries, like that invoke an emotion that never would have before. So there's all that going on right now. Absolutely. And Obama legalized propaganda before he left office. That was one of the things that you could use propaganda on the American people, and they have run with that to the nth degree. We've seen virtual ads with a kid who was supposedly shot at Parkland shooting and his parents, and they brought the kid back from the dead to do an anti-gun ad as we go into election season. Does it get any more like how far can we push the envelope than that? Well, guess where we're going, like this is what they want to do. You go down these roads and the end is madness, but they still keep pursuing it instead of.
I also think that there's a certain type of manipulation. There's a lot of manipulation, but we talk about it on a show. We actually have content creation based off of it and actually a model attached to it. But imagine everybody sitting around their dinner table or even talking in the gym or anything where you hear something. We always talk about how can they say that on TV? It's so ridiculous. Or how can they say peaceful protesters in front of 4 burning buildings behind them? It's like a meme, but to a certain degree, it's manipulation of that double speak and double think as well. And people are saying this is ludicrous, or you completely shut yourself off to it, which lets them further an agenda, in my opinion, even more, because now you're not paying attention because it's just ridiculous. I can't watch this stuff anymore. How many people have you heard say that?
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what they want.
Yeah.
That's a get out of jail free card. That's a win for them. They've split them, and now they can push them either way they want. And if they want to go one way, they'll just populate their news feed with the other to push their mental state. It's about behavior control at the end of the day and how it can be swayed. But and clap for that, you dumb bastards. Really, I think is what it's all about.
His name is
wrong one.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard.
I should have. That's why I reached out to Road about putting text labels on these buttons.
This guy is saying that to military personnel. Let's not even forget about the tons of pictures of him handling women in the White House and sniffing little girls and weird shit like that. Before we even get to his crackhead son, who's obviously a payola scammer from Ukraine to China, and even on tape. And then we're here to the hashtag fake news part of it. I heard the Hunter Biden tapes yesterday where he's talking about being in a partnership of 380 something billion with the top guy in China. And that guy's just missing now out of nowhere. We're China's richest man. I wonder what happened to him. Strange. And why would a guy who gets kicked out of the military at a low level for cocaine instantly be some big liaison between all of these international corporations? It's as plain as the nose on your face. And why we aren't just stopping this and completely arresting these people and shutting that down.
Well, bro, before
Artie Lang takes offense to that, by the way. He no longer has a nose on his face.
Oh, wow. Before we could do that, we have to cover it in the news, right? I mean, isn't that the first thing we have to do?
There is no news. The news is a complete
unbelievable
Operation Mockingbird, Operation Northwoods, completely taken over. It's all an illusion of choice. Everything you're seeing is an illusion. I implore people to watch V for Vendetta this week before the 5th of November when they play it, to see what it's like, what the BBC is doing, what Viacom, Disney, and these major conglomerations where you think all these channels may be individual, 5 corporations own every bit of news media. I'm not just talking your TV. I'm talking the websites, the sub websites, and all of those. So if you have 5 corporations with 20 people in a boardroom, 100 people control every bit of news that is perpetuated throughout the world. That means they can control a complete narrative. And who are they masters to, and want the trickle down of talking head information? So turn that stuff off. Yeah. Go on twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman at 7 p.m. Go on Stevie Ray TV on twitch.tv at 9 p.m. because this is where we are in the war on media at this point, because you have to unplug from those because they're so corrupted.
Stevie, you know what I find, and we talked about this a little bit. This is what I find fascinating, though, with the media. Bro, they don't even like throw something in there to throw you off. You know what I'm saying? I had to get a hold of Tyler, who does my Twitch today, and he's able to jump on my computer with team chat, whatever it is. Bro, I had to say to Tyler, bro, AOL was my front page. Okay, bro, that's how backed up I am. Mm-hmm. But bro, Every single story is anti-Trump. Every spin, every headline. And I'm like, can you idiots not sprinkle one thing in that's positive? So maybe I'm sitting here saying, oh, no, they don't have an agenda. Stevie, every single headline, every single story, that's what blows my mind. They don't even try to say, no, we're fair. It is 100% one-sided. That's why I don't understand how people can buy into that, bro.
They don't care, though. I'm sorry to jump in. They don't care. It gives the perception that AOL and them are all against anti-Trump. AOL and them just took a ton of Soros money, a ton of Biden money, a ton of outside interest money, and were told to run their website like that. But to the person at home, it's all oh my God, AOL's against that. They don't.
Here's the hope. Here's the hope, though. Now, I'm going to save this show right now, and we might never be back on again, but this might save it since we're going to talk about sports, and I'm going to use this analogy so the Twitch executives do not get mad at us. We have a very much a Howard Stern vibe going on right now in the background. Think about WWE and what they've been shoving down people's throats. The most notable one was Roman Reigns as a babyface forever. And what did the people do? They kept trying to turn on him. What are they doing with the product right now as they're shoving a really crappy product down people's throats? The ratings have never been worse. The people are not watching. This is my only hope, that when you double and triple down on this stuff, there's a spiteful nature within people where it's like, don't tell. 2016, I think, proved it. Besides low voter turnout, which could happen again. Also, you're telling me this person, nobody tells me what to do. Everybody's empowered and self-inflated sense of importance because of social media. That could backfire on them once again.
You know, it's funny
THX.
that you bring up the Stern show, Stevie. I don't know how much you're following it, but that exact thing happened to Ronnie. Bro, they were driving this guy over the edge, and you could sit back and see the more they were telling him what to do and who are you voting for and this and that, he was getting more and more and more F you.
Really? On the show, they were asking somebody a personal question like that.
Bro, I canceled Sirius because of it. I couldn't take it anymore. I literally canceled Stern. I canceled Sirius. And he was getting to the point exactly what you were saying. F you guys. Don't tell me what to do. Now I purposely will do it. So
that's to me, Ben uses it. I'll go to Ben. Ben uses the word weaponized media. Howard Stern is not stupid. He didn't get all that money and power and notoriety by being stupid and being petulant or emotional. That leads me to believe that he's not worried about subscribers because the money is coming from somewhere up top.
Yeah, absolutely.
He just got $120 million a year on a re-sign. Of course, the money's there, and whatever he says, whatever they say up top, he will dance, and even is putting pressure on.
No, outside of Sirius, some money is being pumped into Sirius.
Oh yeah,
that's what I mean.
Absolutely. We need to stop looking at these companies as like it's Sirius and it's Spotify and it's this and it's that and it's that. All these. That's the illusion of choice. Go look who really owns them, and they will push things a certain way. And in fact, they will push both sides if they're smart, because there's that you just want to cherry pick. So if we're talking about an emotional feedback response, that's what they're trying to get from you. But at the end of the day, it's about the $120 million coming down. Howard Stern does not care at the end of the day, dude, what it is. It's about towing that company line. It's about WWE towing the Saudi line, the Fox line. That's why we get crossover in these bad NFL things where these guys are like, oh God, one of these again, because they're trying to raise the product up from a level that's possibly unsavable at this point, So is America in that same thing? I don't know. I was watching Alex Jones is on Joe Rogan again, and half in the bag. But one thing that Joe Rogan said that I was like, when they asked somebody, he goes, should the First Amendment be amended because of all this banning and censorship and propaganda and all that, should the First Amendment be amended to include social media now going forward where you can't? And I said, that's a pretty interesting discussion to have right there. And I could see off the bat more pros than cons, especially coming from a comedy world where it's our job to really push the limits and boundaries of human existence and thought that way.
I see more cons than pros, though, not to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
That's if I was on the liberal side and if I was on the gun grabbing side, I'd say, yo, sure, do that with the First Amendment. Okay, you did that. Now we can handle the Second Amendment, because their argument forever is it was not because of muskets. And the real thing with the Second Amendment is obviously protecting against potentially what we're witnessing before our eyes. But that's not their interpretation. They go literally, they're talking about muskets in 1870s or 1770s. We need to amend that for AR-15s and other weapons that we deem too dangerous. I would go the other way, and it just needs to be blanket yes or no. So you either protect all free speech or we're going to live in that dystopian future.
Yeah.
That's a great point too.
Yeah. Ben, tell everybody, because I know you, of course, you got conspiracy.
Carl and Tucker reporting.
What's that?
I said Carl and Tucker reporting.
Oh, Carlton.
I want to read the text message. I want to read the text message. Give the front page people real quick something, because this is the funny. There's nothing funnier. And if you're not a subscriber to the Realm Network or Patreon or both bookends, you're missing out on this, because it's not only entertaining when Vince gets names wrong, but it's also doubly entertaining and doubly worth your subscription when Vince gets the wrong names. What I say, even wronger. So I send him every week. After our show, I send him a text and I go, "Hey, I appreciate it," because he sends us money for the Realm stuff and the brand. And I say, I appreciate you. He answers back because he's feeling a little froggy. Yeah, but you and Ben, he calls you Ben, not Ben, by the way, made fun of me because he's shooting, brother.
Yeah.
Made fun of me over Carlton Tucker.
Right.
And I said, no, we made fun of you for Carlson Tucker. I go, Carlton is great.
Well, Ben, listen, I know on Twitch you do a lot more. I mean, the Horseman is freaking phenomenal, but you're on there all the time, man. So give everybody a little synopsis. Plus, bro, on top of all that, you just started freaking Patreon, bro. Give everybody all that stuff, man.
It's been incredible running my own media company. So get your pen and paper ready or start typing now, because there's plenty of non-branded URLs to get in here. So twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman. I try and go live as much as I can for my brand, Hameen Media Group. We cover all the wrestling shows. So we have a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday locker room. Stevie and I host the Friday, and other wrestling veterans throughout the week running down all the headlines. We also do the Impact Attack and the AEW Dynamite reviews. So we cover, and NXT has its own podcast too. So we cover the whole wrestling landscape. We have UFC shows, shows for Star Wars and Star Trek and horror genre. Hameen Media Group is a great conglomerate of free thinkers running a free media platform. So you can add us just for podcasts if you want, or on YouTube. But if you go over to Twitter and follow at Hameen Media Group, and same on Instagram, you're going to see what we got going on and become a part of the whole community, which is obviously tied into Russo's brand. And we're so thankful for that crossover. But yeah, the patreon.com/Hameen Media Group just launched, and I'm excited to put out my first marketing video. And we're going to have a lot of improv and comedy discussion type stuff. So a bunch of watch alongs. I just did a watch along that I'm putting on every tier. And I might even release it for free, because I'm not here to capitalize off of somebody's memory. But very fortunate to have one match with the late, great Tracy Smothers, who just passed today. So you judge for yourself. Did I beat him in a dance competition? I feel like I did. But either way, it's the only time Ben Hameen has ever danced in the ring. And I'm glad to say it'll probably be the last, because I'd like to keep that moment what it is to be in the ring with Tracy Smothers. Was an honor and a night off, So we're going to be talking about that tonight. night at twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman, because our other co-host is Big Sal from the Full-Blooded Italians, ECW. So I'm sure we're going to have a lot of inside talk there, you guys. So if you're just joining us on twitch.tv main page, keep it locked, you guys. You're in the right spot. You're going to join a great community of followers and people who want to talk on a high level of entertainment, just like you've been watching here today, from Stevie Ray's, ribs to whatever's going on with this fitness guy over here with steely blue eyes. We got it all going down, man.
Speaking of this fitness, guys, Stevie Richards Fitness, man. Tell everybody about that, because now is the time. We're going backwards, bro. We're going back to phase 3 here in Colorado. So now's the time, Stevie.
Yeah, I think now too with Stevie Richards Fitness, and especially the physical products that we have in the store, like resistance bands, door anchors, they've caught up. They've stocked up because everybody was assuming this second lockdown unfortunately would be coming. So I really did strive over the past few years to make it the most affordable, accessible workout programs out there. During my morning warm-up, which I'll talk about that show in a second, I didn't realize for about 20 years that I had the program and I was using it because I always needed it because of injuries, lack of access. There weren't 24-hour gyms back in the day. I really am old enough to remember that. So go ahead and joke, Ben. And it really was something that, with all the injuries as well, that I deemed a curse for so long, became the biggest blessing in my life. And that's what I put my heart and everything and my experience and my injuries and all the things I needed to modify all my career into those programs. So if you go to StevieRichardsFitness.com, you'll see the 12, 16-week resistance band programs. You'll see workout videos. And of course, you get direct email support from me. And one more thing too, you get lifetime access to anything that you purchase. If you lose the link, new computer, new device, whatever it might be, email me. I resend your download link, and lifetime access to anything that you purchase off the site. And also a lifetime warranty on the bands and the door anchors as well. And the morning warm-up podcast, I wanted to say 6 a.m. Eastern time, Monday to Friday. I've considered doing Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. But right now it's YouTube on my YouTube channel. Search Stevie Richards, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. on demand on video, audio version on demand on all major podcast platforms.
Stevie, is your Twitch channel the same as Ben's?
No, mine's Stevie Richards Live. I haven't utilized it as much as I should, but it's Stevie Richards Live.
What about the Wifey's podcast? Let's give her a little plug.
Career Junkie podcast. We just interviewed this morning at 10 a.m. Shannon Alexander, space art painting. She actually does art of space, like the nebulas, and actually her grandfather was one of the people that designed the Hubble telescope. Oh, wow. So she had it within her all her life to do this without realizing it, and she has a great presence online as well. And we're talking about doing some art for me and Odin in space. I want it on a pizza slice, but that's too easy right now. But that's coming up. And also we're putting 2 or 3 more in the queue. So subscribe there. Career Junkie podcast available on all major podcast platforms as well.
All right. Stevie, Ben, thank you guys so much for joining me today, bro. You guys are the absolute best. We will see you later on the brand. Also, we will watch you later on Twitch. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Harlem Heat forever.
Forever. All right, guys, I am going to tap out, and I'm going to bring you out the same way I brought you in. Guys, please check out russosbrand.com. Also, patreon.com/RussoTWC. And, of course, here on Twitch, twitch.tv/VinceRusso Live. Guys, thanks for all your support. God bless you. Have a great, 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 great day.
It's right about time again to swerve again, confuse the general fans again. Add another swerve and then put it on a poll again. Put it on a poll again. Put it on the poll again. And our square to quad, it's gonna get emotional as I wait to overbook the damn card. I guess I'm losing confidence in my competence. Viscera's now president. Shoot or work or shoot. Let's put the title on a boot. The boot defends against a fruit. The fruit defends against my suit. and I square the quad. With squad with motion as I wait to overbook for damn quad. Whoa, oh, wanna be, I wanna be, oh, wanna be the baddest man on the planet, on the planet, on the planet. How about we put 7 men in a 4-man tag? Let's do the angle punks on crack. How about a title match? First to do 10 jumping jacks will then receive a title match. Royal Rumble on a pole match. Where we brought. We've got grab on swivel, and the way to overbook for damn quad. A great, never feel common, swap.